Hello everybody, it's Birdie here, the Recycled Hippie Chick. Welcome to my mess. I have been working on putting some journals together and realized that I need pockets. So I thought, well, I'm going to sit down and do pockets. You guys might as well join me for a visit. So, first thing I have to do is get my glue. I'll be right back. Okay, first thing I need to tell you is I'm pretty sure these pockets here and the one that I'm going to make out of these envelopes I was given the inspiration by Treasure Books. Hey, look at me. I'm starting to write down who gives me inspiration so I can give them kudos. So Treasure Books gave me the idea for these two. I'm going to sit this one. No, she didn't give me this one. Another girl did. Anyway. Oh, you know what? This one was by Cute, N-I-Q-U-E. Cute Neek. Not sure what that's called. Cute Neek gave me this idea. Treasure Books gave me the idea that I'm going to show you for that one. And I'm going to do it first. Just because it's kind of the easiest. Oh, I'm sorry, Princess. Listen. Oh, I better get the dog settled in. Okay, man, things are getting spoiled around here. She thinks she has to be in the chair right beside me now. Don't you? Yeah, okay. Now I'm ready to art. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover these and visit. Princess, I can't have you on my lap. We can't do that. No, we can't do that. You know what? If I'm going to use a napkin, I probably ought to use matte gel. And I'm sorry about all these shadows. You know, I took that bright light down, and then it was so dark, I couldn't hardly see, so oh shoot. Well, it's too late. I've already glued this one shut. I didn't want to glue that. I wanted to use it for a little tuck spot, but too sad, too late, right? I'm actually going to put a ruffle at the top, so I want my little pretty little flowers down here at the bottom. Bada bing, bada boom. How have you guys been? I am just sitting and relaxing. I helped my friend garden today, and I am down for the count. And I thought, if I don't go relax, I will end up out in the yard and really not be able to walk at the end of the day. So I'm making myself sit and do a video so that I can relax. You know what? I cannot tell you how many times my phone has been flicking saying new subscriber, new subscriber. So all of you people, thank you for subscribing to me. I mean, somebody enjoys, I hope I'm in screen. Somebody is enjoying watching me. So thank you. I can't imagine. I don't know. I can't imagine somebody sitting and listening to me. But anyway, I appreciate those of you who do. I'm not kidding you. In the past week or so, I'm no longer going to say you girls, because I probably have 3 or 4 men who have subscribed to me. So welcome, guys. Now I will say guys and gals. How's that? Because it's not just ladies watching me. It's the guys too. And that is so exciting. You know, it's exciting to me that guys are getting out and doing creative stuff like this. It's just exciting to me that you guys have found the secret to being able to relax and de-stress and enjoy like the rest of us. So welcome. Welcome, welcome. Now, you guys, if you know, when you watch other people do things, they're measuring, they're cutting, you know, they're making templates. I'm not that person. I'm just go by the fly, let it dry, cut it off later. You know, I'm just going to throw this to the side. When it dries, I'll turn it over, snip it off. So I'm just going to throw it to the side, keep on going. And then when those are dry, we will make another one. Now, I don't have a window in this, but I don't care. I'm still going to decorate it and have fun with it. I'm going to, I wish there, you know what? I'm going to put something in here because I don't want this sticky part to get wet and accidentally seal. So I'm going to put something on it so that it just stays flappy. Well, I don't want to do that. First of all, I need more goop. This one here is now officially done. This kind here, I don't know, just a random one I got online. It is the hardest jar lid to get open. It sticks. It dries up on there and sticks so easy. So I'm not sure I'm going to order that one again next time. Because, you know, us old folks, we got to have something easy. Easy and accessible. I know, Fawn, you're watching, and you're not an old folk. So you don't have any idea what I'm talking about. I've got extra, so I'm just going to flip it over and keep going. And we'll collage around it. Easy breezy is what I'm about. You know, I've got a bunch of like 1920s magazine pages and stuff, and they're so gentle, or what do you call it, fragile, that I don't want to lay that down, so I'm going to have to let that one dry for a little bit. They're so fragile that I'm having to put them on, another paper so that when I fold them, they don't just crackle. And I'm wondering how you guys do that, because when you're making junk journals to sell, that is time consuming. And you kind of want to, you know, do it as fast as you can, because like yesterday I had a friend over, and if you're watching, Christina, I had a blast with you yesterday. She was helping me with my putting some junk journals together, and I only completed one. We started out putting pockets and stuff like that in the ones I've already got put together. But then when we realized at the end of the day, an entire day, we only had one junk journal put together. And I'm thinking, wow, that's a lot of labor for $50. I worked an entire day, and if that journal sells, it was for $50. So I'm trying to think of some quicker, more reasonable ways to put stuff together that's not so time consuming. So I'm wondering, what do you guys do with your fragile? What do you do with your fragile pages? Are you like me and you're just gluing them onto another paper? Because that's Mod Podging all day and putting, you know, to make one page. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to think of some quicker, more cost-effective ways to do it. This one is falling apart. But we're collaging, so that's okay. I've got some stuff outside right now as we speak, laying in the sun. Coffee dyeing. I just went out and sprayed them and thought, you know, they can lay out here and dry while I'm in there doing my video. So, I need a book page. There's one. So hopefully I'll have a few coffee dyed items a little later. I am feeling really good. I think the weather has had so much to do with the way I feel. I'm still crashing and all that good jazz, but while I'm up and going, I'm feeling pretty good. I've been helping a girl with her gardens, and that's going okay. I am exhausted, but I guess anybody else would be, right? That would be normal for an old lady like me, 58. So I got to realize I'm not a spring chicken. And I'm raising squirrels right now. Still nursing, but their hours, I've gone to like 6 hours now in between feedings instead of 4, and they're eating more solid foods. So they're eating, you know, like today I gave them a little chef salad. I gave them some carrots and cucumber and a peanut and a grape and a walnut and some kale and celery. And they're and then I also go out and hunt dandelions and chickweed, henbit, stuff like that. So they're eating their weeds. And then today, when I was gardening with my friend, they had a pine tree, and I remember seeing that they love pine trees. They love the bark, they love the pine cones, they love everything about a pine tree. So I brought them home some little scraps from the pine tree. And they were asleep when I went in, so I'm sure when they wake up, they will be excited to see their little surprise that I left them. I've moved them outside into the guinea pig area. I have a screened-in porch, and I've made that accessible to guinea pigs that I adopted from a gardening customer about 4 years ago. And so, because I don't like them in my house, they stink. So I have like a climate-controlled cage for them in my screened-in porch. So I've moved the squirrels out there with some branches and all that good stuff. And I hope these dry quick. And so I've moved them out there. And they are actually starting to be a little more wild, which is kind of exciting because that means they're turning loose of us. They don't want us to hold them and snuggle them and feed them anymore. They want us to kind of feed them where they're at and get out of their way. So that's kind of cool that they're going back to where they need to be, which is wild. There we go. Now, look at us kicking some butt on some pockets. I watched Victor last night. He he's from Romania. Not Romania. Ukraine. And he's fine. He's safe right now. And he was doing a passport journal, which I adore. I love those passport journals. Haven't quite got one mastered and done yet, but I need to. So I watched him flip through his passport journal, which was really cool. Made me inspired. I should probably be doing one today with you guys, but I really need to get some stuff done. Rikki Tikki Tavi has kind of inspired me with her. She's got like an assembly line that she does with her journals. I'm somewhere in this clustered mess of my brain. There is an organized person. So I would like to get an assembly line set up for my journals. So I've got little cubbies sitting there at my table that have like my tassels, my tags, my tabs, my belly bands. And all I have to do when I get my journal bound is to sit there and put those in the journal. Wouldn't that be great? That's my goal right now, is to get one of those done. You know what I need? Here's not enough in that. I think I want to spray this. Okay. I just think it needs a little color. There we go. Just need some color. I don't like just stark white. I just don't. There we go. I have an entire cooler sitting here beside me with stuff in it. And there's so many white papers that I find myself digging through it, trying to find something that I want to use. So I see like these. What should I do with those? They're just white and boring. I guess I could take them outside and just give them all a good spray, and then I have some different colors to work with when I'm grabbing. I am a heavy-handed matte gel medium person. Okay. Now, while those are drying, I'm going to take a break from that. And, no, I'm still going to use this, I think. I get so matte gelled here that everything sticks. I do have some pages. There's some of these brittle pages. These were music pages, but when I bent them, they're tender. I say tender. They're fragile. So I want to go over them and just put some material on there to strengthen them up. That's what I want to do. And I don't want to be too heavy-handed because I will go down through here and bind it, maybe sew it. I don't know what I'll end up doing, but I don't want it too stiff from the matte gel. So I'm just doing that. Another question. Do you guys do that on both sides, or do you just do that on one side when you're making your Grandma Z scrap? What do you do with yours? Do you put those on both sides? I know you're watching me, girl. Just wondering. Grandma Z, is that right? Is that how you say your code name? Anyway. I told one lady when you know how I watch Instagram and whatever, when I look at that code word, you know, the first thing that comes to my mind is their name from then on. Like there's one lady on there, her name is T, like Baulm or something like that. I'm not even sure. But she's T-Ball to me. That's just how it is. She's T-Ball. And there's one, I don't know what her name is, Nikki something or another. Well, she's Nincompoop. And I can't remember the other one that she saw what I called her, and she said she got a giggle out of it. I can't remember what her name was. But anyway, yeah, they're all... See, I just glued myself down. So when that happens, we just fix it. There we go. There. Because I think this kind of looks weird. Especially, I mean, not too bad here because this page is bent in half. But when you have two pages like that last one I did, I think it kind of looks weird on the other side where there's just a crack. So I may go ahead and do that one too. Just to give it a look. I guess it doesn't have to be material. Here's some here. That's not thick enough. One of my rags from my rag rug at 8 below, 5 below, 15 below, whatever it is. There we go. See, I just think it looks better when there's something else on the other side. Okay, now I'm going to pause and try to dry some of these so we can continue on. Okay, let's go ahead and try to get one of these decorated. I can do the backs another, you know, when I shut the video off because I don't want to go over too much over 30 minutes. So what I'm trying to do, see, I've already got this wet and it wants to stick shut. That's why I'm going to cover mine on the inside. But I'm going to go ahead and decorate this. My friend gave me these stickers she didn't want yesterday and said they don't stick very good. And I said, that's fine with me because I put glue on them anyway. So I'm going to use this as a trim. I think it looks good on that one. She makes gnomes and she has to be very precise and measures and all that stuff when she's making her little gnomes. And it was kind of hard for her yesterday to just be grungy and scrubby and not care and understand that we like it like that. I said, it is a brain thing, you know, when you're used to measuring and sewing right, correct, and all that. It is a brain thing to try to become a grunge person. It's a process. It is a process. I'm just grabbing. I'm not even paying attention because I don't want to overthink anything. So I have a little box here beside me that's got stuff in it and I'm just trying to use it up. So I'm just grabbing stuff and we'll use it. probably, you know what? Off that comes. I should have put it in the middle of that little flower. And you know what? When people give you something and it kind of looks tacky, I'm learning that you can grunge it up and make it grungy. Though it looks tacky at the time, you can do a job on it. Maybe that's just it with that one. Let's see here. Where's my one that's finished so I can get some inspiration? That's all I did, basically, on the other one. I mean, I'm just going to call that done. I'll ink around it. Let's do that. Let's see if we've got let's use this green ink. And just kind of go around the edges. There we go. There. I'm just going to call that one done. After all, it's going in a naked journal. If somebody wants to put something else on it, they can. And I'll come back and do the back. Cover it up another time. My Fabri-Tac leaking. I want to leave it laying over so I don't have to tip it so much and it's drooling. Okay, now on this one I got an idea. You know, a while ago I told you I have all these white things, white pieces of paper down here. I went through and just sprayed. I noticed this white piece here I had put a stamp on. So I think that's a good idea. I should go through with all my white pieces, ink the edges, and just put a stamp on them. Won't that be an idea? And I got the green out, so let's just continue on with the green. Grunging up. There we go. I want to put, where's that stuff I brought out? I brought some, I cut some yarn and stuff to use for the trim. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, here it is. Not quite the colors I'm needing. I'm going to go ahead and put this one on there. Okay, let's get something out of here. I'm seeing a tiny bit of purple in there. Put it over here on this side. And what else do we got? A lot of those cork things is what I've got. Okay, let's just do that. Make a little cluster over here. What we got us in the stamp. Okay, Amy, calm down. Let's just do one thing at a time. You can also zigzag sew this on, although make sure your flap is up so you don't zigzag your flappy down on your envelope in the back. You know, if you, no, you cannot zigzag that. Yeah, you could if you were very careful. I'm just going to glue it because I don't want to have to waste time on film. I zigzagged this one, but see, I took the flappy off. You know what I did? I completely opened this up and collaged it and then sewed it and then glued it all back together. That was a waste of time, wasn't it? This is a lot faster. So anyway, that's something you can do. If you want to sew, you can. If you don't, you are the artist. Like Lori Marie Jenkins says, it's artist's choice. It's artist's choice. And I want a stamp on there. So let's see if we can find a stamp that's kind of purpley. There's one right there. There we go. One and done. So there's another one we have finished. This flappy will go like this. Let's go ahead, since I'm leaking glue, and put some on the top for a little pizzazz fringe. My friend Nani was a knitter, and she gave me all these little bits of yarn. She calls this yarn, I guess. I don't know how a person possibly knits with this mess, but she did. Made scarves out of it. And so I got the blessing of getting some of it so I could use in my collage. There we go. I saw and a sign over here. We'll just put that on there. Getting to where I have to open my lid to keep that thing from just making a mess. I don't have paint clothes on, so I can't just wipe it on my pants like I would like to. Let's see here. What else can we put on there? Anything out of our little sticker page? Let's pop this off of here. See what we can do with it. Oh, okay. What do we do here? Is this all? What is this? I don't like that white, but it doesn't come off. Isn't that weird? Okay, I'm just going to put it on. I probably ought to put some glue on there. And I will take my ink when that's dry and kind of go over that white. Don't like that. I wish it would have made it so you could pop it out. So anyway, I'm calling that one done also. If I had some buttons, I'd be putting some buttons on here, but I don't. I need to ink around the edges of that, don't I? Green is available today. Okay, I think this will be the last one I do with you guys on screen because I'm probably over my 30 minutes. There we go. Bye-bye from Birdie.